Hey guys, it's Libby, and today I want to talk about something that affects millions upon millions of people every single day. And now that we're heading into the winter months, it's going to be affecting even more people every single day. What am I talking about? Depression. So you probably already have an idea of what depression looks like, but I want you to know that it's more than just laying in bed crying all day. Depression can look like a lot of different things. So if you don't know the other ways that depression can present itself, you might want to do a little looking into that. The reason I say that is because you might be struggling internally and you might think, well, I don't cry that much, and I can still get my homework done, so I'm probably not depressed, but you might be struggling with it. It just looks a little different for you than it looks for somebody else. So I think it's really important that you educate yourself on what depression can look like. I do, however, want to talk a little bit about seasonal depression, or seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. So in the wintertime, there's less sunlight, right? So there's less vitamin D, and everybody knows that you need the sunlight to feel good. Everyone knows that sunshine makes you happy. And it's more than just seeing the sun and be like, wow, the sun is shining, what a beautiful day. It's more than just that. There's chemicals in your body that are affected by sunlight. For example, serotonin. If you are getting less sunlight, then you might be getting less serotonin in your body. You might not be getting as much of it as you normally do. And serotonin is the happy neurotransmitter. So if you're getting less of it, you're likely to feel less happy, and you might be affected by seasonal depression, or SAD. That said, I'm not an expert on the topic, I'm not a doctor, so you might want to do some looking into it on your own about what SAD looks like, and then if you think it might be something you're dealing with, you might want to go see a doctor and see what they say. That said, I want to just give you guys some simple advice on how to fight depression or seasonal depression. I made a video in the past about how I fight depression, and I will link that down below in case you're interested in seeing how I fight depression myself. But I wanted to know how you guys fought depression as well. So I made a little Instagram story asking you guys how you fight depression. And so many people on that story were like, please share, I want to know how to fight depression. And so here I am sharing. Let's fight depression together and let's feel happier. So I'm gonna get into it now. So I took all of your guys' suggestions and I made them into a big list, and I sort of categorized them under what sort of coping skill they were. And yeah, so the first category is distractions. So when you're feeling depressed, it's definitely helpful to distract yourself from all the shitty feelings you have, the negative thoughts you have. So the first distraction that I got is funny movies or TVs, or stand-up comedians. So when you're depressed, comedy might help you. It might make you laugh, it might make you smile. It might not help you. Some people will watch a comedian, like the funniest comedian ever, and be like, wow, this is dumb as heck, So all these suggestions, I guess I just want to preface this by saying these are just suggestions. They might not work for you, but they might, so it's worth giving them a shot. So first one, funny movies, TV, comedians. Next one, childhood movies and TV. There's something that's great about going back to a simpler time and just enjoying those simpler things that might make you feel a little bit better. Next thing is funny videos or TikToks. I am addicted to TikTok. I watch a lot of TikTok when I'm sad. TikTok. So I highly recommend TikTok. Another suggestion was dance videos, and the person explained that watching dance videos makes them feel good because they're seeing this huge energy, all this passion that's coming out of these dancers, and it makes them feel better just to see that energy and that passion. Another suggestion was TED Talks, because TED Talks are usually pretty motivational, pretty inspiring, and so watching them might make you feel a little motivated and a little inspired. So TED Talks. Another suggestion to distract yourself is driving around. For some people, driving is a really calming thing and it makes them feel really good. Other people aren't even old enough to drive yet. Don't do it then, okay? Just do it when you got your license. The next distraction is music. So there's happy music, there's inspiring music, there's sad music, there's really loud music, and you know, maybe happy music when you're sad just feels ridiculous to you. Maybe happy music when you're sad makes you feel happier. Maybe inspiring music feels cheesy when you're sad. Maybe it makes you feel inspired. So find out what type of music helps you, because for most people, music really does help. It's a really good distraction for a lot of people. And you know, maybe you just need loud music. Maybe it doesn't matter what it is. Maybe it just needs to be loud to drown out the thoughts you're having. And if that's the case, you know, crank it up, man. You know, like, don't damage your hearing, but like, crank it up. The next thing I got was gaming. So gaming, kind of involving yourself in another world just to distract yourself. That can be really good. And reading is similar in that way. You're just involving yourself in a different world, and that's a really good distraction. Another suggestion I got that I thought was interesting was repeating silly things until you smile. So this person suggested beep, noo, sneep, snoop. So if you're feeling sad and you just repeat beep, noo, sneep, snoop, beep, noo, sneep, snoop, beep, noo, sneep, snoop, you might start feeling a little better. You might laugh, you might smile. Maybe you'll just get mad at yourself and irritated and say, wow, that was dumb. But you might think that it helps. So, you know, give it a shot, you know, just try to make yourself laugh. You know yourself the best, you know what's gonna make you laugh. Try to make yourself laugh. So the next category of coping skills that I found in your suggestions was productivity. So for a lot of people, being productive makes them feel a lot better. They feel good because they got something done. And when you're feeling sad, it's hard to get things done. So if you're able to get something done, you're gonna feel really good about it, you know? So an example of productivity would be cleaning. Homework, homework, but it's important. Another suggestion under the productivity category is learning something new. Currently, I am learning how to play the kalimba, and I've only learned 2 very short things, but I'm gonna play them for you right now because I wanna know if you can guess them. So if you can guess them, put them in the comments, but here goes number 1. What fucked up? So that's number 1. Number 2 goes like. I think that one's a little easier. But anyways, I've been dying to play that for somebody and make them guess it. So guess it, please. Anyways, learning something new. Another example of productivity is cooking or baking, because at the end, you're gonna have something with you and you're gonna be like, wow, look what I did. I have cookies now, you know? So cooking or baking. And then the last productivity suggestion I have for you from my followers is volunteering. If you help someone else, you're gonna feel good about yourself. You're gonna feel a little better. Helping other people makes people feel better, or helping animals or whatever it may be, you know? So volunteer. So the next category I have is creative expression. So examples could be drawing, painting, writing, and just like cooking or baking, when you end up with something at the end, you're like, ooh, look what I made. When you draw or paint or write, you're gonna have something at the end and be like, ooh, look what I made, you know? And you're gonna feel good because you felt productive, but you also got to be creative and express yourself. And I think that's really important. The next one is crafts. So same thing, you're gonna have a thing at the end and be like, ooh, look what I made, you know? I'm learning to crochet. It's actually not that hard, so I recommend crocheting because like I found knitting hard. Like I was messed up knitting, but crocheting is hard to mess up. And so yeah, I recommend crocheting. The next suggestion I got was journaling. So for me, journaling is really good for 2 reasons. Number 1, if you don't have someone to talk to immediately, it's good to have a place to get those emotions out. And number 2, it helps me sort of formulate my thoughts and sort of understand what's going on, where things are coming from, you know? Like it just helps me understand my feelings better. So if you're feeling confused about your sadness, confused about your feelings, maybe try writing about them. Maybe you'll find some clarity. Another suggestion was singing or scream singing. So there's definitely a time for both of those things. And if you're scream singing, you might want to be alone or like in a car or something, I don't know. But just don't scare anybody, okay? And the next suggestion I got was signing. So kind of like taking a look back at what I used to do on my channel, maybe sign to some music. It's a good way to express yourself. I think because signing is such an expressive language, like physically expressive. So try signing, or you could just sign about your problems. Like if you're semi-fluent in sign or something and you just want to sign to yourself about your problems, go for it. And then the last suggestion for creative expression is dancing. And whether that's a choreographed dance that you're learning off of YouTube, or a TikTok dance, or you're just dancing for fun, just like making up your own moves, you know? Whatever. Dancing, just getting it out of your body, you know, like it might help you, so try it. The next category I have is mindfulness, and I want to explain this a little bit. So the first suggestion for mindfulness is drinking coffee or tea. So, you know, you can just sit there and chug that coffee or just drink it, whatever, and not pay any attention. Or you can sit there and mindfully drink it. You can think about the temperature as it comes into your mouth, and then the temperature as you swallow it. You can think about the flavor. You can think about the smoothness. You can think about like the feeling on your hands when you hold the cup or the mug or whatever, you know? So there's a way to do things mindfully, and there's a way to do things not mindfully. And mindfulness isn't something that comes just like that. You know, like it takes a little practice. You got to really do some work to really understand how you can be mindful doing different activities. But it's really a good way to distract yourself, like we were talking earlier about distractions, but also learning how to appreciate things, the simple things, like drinking coffee. You could just drink it and think nothing, or you can drink it and really appreciate the moment, you know? Other good mindfulness things could be like ice cream or chocolate, feeling the way it melts in your mouth, like ice cream, the way it's a solid, then it turns into a liquid, the way it's freezing cold, and then it gets just kind of cold, and the way it tastes, the way it feels as you swallow it, the way the spoon feels in your hand, whatever it may be. Just really paying special attention to the experience of whatever you're doing. So you can do that with food or drink like I just described, but you can also do that when you like walk in nature, or like appreciating sunshine as you feel it on yourself, which again during these winter months is going to be a little bit more difficult. But you can also meditate. I've never really meditated, so I can't really give you any pointers there. But you can definitely look into YouTube or meditation apps to help you find some meditation that works for you. Another suggestion I got was sleeping, and I do want to say there's a fine line between okay and not okay when you're sleeping as a coping skill. So you don't want to sleep your life away, you know? If you're just sleeping to avoid things, that's not really great. That's not productive. That's not going to fix anything. But if you're sleeping, like going to bed a little early or taking a short nap or something, just to help you reset and start fresh, like I do that sometimes. So like if I'm having a terrible time, I'll just like, okay, I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to wake up and it's going to be different. You know, like just getting a reset button sort of. That's kind of what I think is okay. You just don't want to take it too far, you know? That said, another example would be nesting. This is one I came up with myself. I don't know if anyone else uses this term like this, but you know, just getting some blankets, getting some kitty cats, some stuffed animals, just getting a little nest for yourself and just getting comfy, and then maybe sitting down with a book or a TV show or something like that, you know, and just kind of appreciating the feeling of a little nest and the safeness of a little nest that you create. The next thing I want to talk about is aromatherapy, and somebody pointed out the Bath & Body Works aromatherapy line. I actually have 2 of their lotions sitting right there on my desk and 2 of their pillow sprays sitting right there on my shelf. So I'm definitely a fan of the Bath & Body Works aromatherapy collection. I really like the stress relief and the sleep scent, so I think that it's really great to just sniff in those things and really appreciate them and like be mindful about it and think, okay, what is this scent bringing me? What does it make me feel? What should it make me feel based on the aromatherapy like ideas, you know? And similar to that would be burning candles. So candles also have the added effect of being able to watch them burn, watch them melt slowly and become clear, watch their wicks shorten, the flames grow, you know. So those are 2 scent related mindfulness activities that you can do. Another suggestion I got was ASMR. Like meditation, I've never really tried out ASMR, so I can't really like give you any suggestions there. But there's plenty of it on YouTube, you know, so you can find something that works for you if you're into that. The last thing in mindfulness that I want to talk about is plants. So I'm huge on plants. I love plants. Taking care of plants makes me feel really good. I'm such a good plant mom. Look, my plant babies grow, you know, they're doing so good. You know, like having plants just makes me feel really good. But, you know, you could collect something else. Maybe you collect Funko Pops or something, and maybe just taking care of that collection, like rearranging their little boxes or dusting them or something, you know, maybe that'll make you feel good. Because clearly if you're collecting something, it makes you feel good. It's something that's important to you. So you want to take care of it, and taking care of something you care about is going to make you feel a little good. So if you don't have a collection of any sort, maybe think about starting a little collection that you can take care of like it's your little baby. The next category I want to talk about for coping skills is mind-body wellness. The first thing I got was exercise. And let me tell you, exercise is not for everybody. Not everybody is going to find peace in exercising. Some people do. Some people find it that is their zen. But if that's not you, that's okay. But a good thing about exercise is the endorphins that come with it if you exercise the right way or long enough or whatever. I don't really know much about endorphins, but you can get those if you exercise, and that'll make you feel a little bit better. The next thing I got was skating, and I chose this because skating can mean so many things. It could be skateboarding, longboarding, pennyboarding, roller skating, rollerblading, ice skating, skating on your heelys, you know? So it's still getting your body moving, you're feeling the wind, you're really like, you know, you're being active, and that's gonna make you feel good. Another example I got was yoga, walking or walking your dogs, or hiking, because hiking is kind of like a 2-for-1 in my opinion. Like, you're getting some exercise, but you're also in nature, and nature is great for the soul. So yeah. The next category I want to talk about is self-care, and self-care is something that we push so much these days, and that is so great because taking care of yourself is so important, and I'm glad that we're finally realizing that. So one thing you could do for self-care is take care of your hygiene. I don't know about you, but when I'm depressed, I struggle to take care of my hygiene. I don't want to brush my teeth. I don't want to take a shower. I don't want to comb my hair, you know, so being depressed can make you struggle with your hygiene. So taking that step to go against that and take care of your hygiene is really important, and it's going to make you feel good. You're going to say, hey, I conquered that, and now I'm clean, you know? Taking a shower is another example. It's part of hygiene, but you know, it can be a mindful activity as well. And same with taking a bath. It's good for your hygiene, but also can be a mindful activity if you throw in like a bath bomb or something. The next thing I got was pampering yourself. So whether that's painting your nails, doing your hair, doing your makeup, dressing up cute and taking some selfies, you know, whatever it may be. It's definitely a good way to feel better, because if you're taking care of yourself, you're gonna feel good. The next category I have, which is almost the final category I have, is assurance. So I wasn't exactly sure what to title this, and so I kind of felt it as if it was kind of like assuring yourself that things are okay. So the first thing I got on that list is to do a gratitude list, and this is a really popular practice. So what you can do is kind of like count your blessings every day. Make a list of like 10 things or 5 things or even just one thing that you're thankful for that day. Another person said that they like to remind themselves that these feelings are normal, because they are. They're normal. They're difficult, but they're normal, and you're not crazy or weird for having them. Another person said that they really like to feel the emotions. So really experience them, maybe instead of avoiding them, because if you avoid them and you never experience them, they might not go away. So really feeling those emotions is a good thing. Focusing on the here and now is a good thing. That kind of goes into mindfulness. So if you're like me sitting here making this video, I could focus on the here and now, focus on the way it feels to sit in this squishy chair, focus on the fact that I'm communicating with you something that I find very important to me, that makes me feel good to share with you, stuff like that. So another thing I got was repeating mantras. So you could say, it's okay, I'm okay, it's okay, I'm okay, it's okay, I'm okay, something like that. Whatever helps you to hear, just repeating that in your head until you believe it. Another thing would be praising little victories, joking about it. Some people find humor very helpful, so joking about it can be very helpful. Another thing would be talking to friends or family about this, hanging out with your pets, talking to your pets. Do I talk to my cat? Yes. Does it help? Yes. And then prayer. Not everybody is religious, but if you are, it can help. And then there's one last thing. I wasn't sure what category to put it in, so I just kind of made it its own little category. So when he mentioned a social media break, and I think that's definitely a really good one, because I think social media can bring on a lot of stress, comparison, Just like if you're feeling sad, you see somebody at the beach and they're having the time of their life, you might feel sad. So maybe taking a break from social media might help you a little bit, you know? That said, that is the conclusion of all y'all's suggestions. I think I included pretty much everyone's suggestions, so that's why this video was so long. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you find it helpful. If you have other ideas on how to fight depression, leave it down below in the comments. I would love to hear it. I'm sure everybody would love to hear it. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.